Good morning. It is Monday, August 17th, 2026. I am at Tolmie State Park hiking for Cedars Loop Trail. As you see, it's a beautiful day today. The time is, there we go. Coming up on 11 o'clock. It's at about 5 till 11. Love that sand dune dow. This is 2.1 miles round trip, about 240 foot gain. It's pretty much you get it at the beginning of it, so not too bad. Saw a few cars here, but I ain't seen too many people on the trail. I'll take it, Didn't reserve a private trail, but hey. Main thing is getting out here, getting exercise, and, clarity of thought, and, reevaluate, reassess. I hope your 2026 is going good. Mine's going pretty good. Me, myself, I can't complain. Hope everybody else is doing all right. I truly do. And I mean that. You don't have to give me anything in return for that. I want everybody that wants to self-sustain and live freely, I wish you nothing but the best. Start thinking freely, living freely, acting freely, taking self-responsibility, self-reliability, self-accountability. I love that. Hold my head up high. I don't have to rely on anyone, or anything, including my government. Government needs me more than I need my government. I don't need my government for anything. I can promise you that. And besides, I learned a long time ago, government's job is not to help or protect us anyway. If y'all didn't learn anything from COVID, the Kung Flu, the only thing up for debate is whether it was purposely released or accidentally released. But nothing's ever going to be done about it. But I did learn something from all this, if you're going to give up your freedoms, they're going to take them. You got to be willing to fight for them, or worse. Freedom isn't free. I understand that now. Look at the gnarly roots on that. Like even in death. Look at that, pretty cool. But yeah, it's nice up here. It's cooled off. Like it's a little bench right here. Let me take a seat real quick. Pop a squat. There we go. All right, rest over. But yeah, it's in the mid 60s. Not too bad at all. It's fortunate. I've only used my air conditioner that I bought 3 times this year. I could have used it more, yeah. There was twice I really should have, probably, because it was in the upper 80s during the daytime, but I had a fan blowing on me, so that's good enough. There's somebody down there. There's people walking around. Hang on a second. All right. Anywho, oh yeah. Hope your lives are going well for you. If not, start doing something about it. If you're waiting on someone to make your life better, you're going to be waiting forever. You and you alone are in control of your life, your destiny, your happiness. See some kids up there, so it's good that people out here with their young'uns getting exercise, enjoying nature, being respectful of nature, hopefully. Now work on your health, all aspects of it. Eliminate stress from your life. Pay off debt. Make short, mid, long-term goals. Realistic goals. You know, you don't necessarily need a college education. Heck, there's trade schools. You know, need competent, craftsmen. I don't know what happened to that. That's something we sorely need. The trade schools open back up. Competent tradespeople and repairmen. I mean, I chose the medical profession, be an x-ray tech. And I'm glad I chose that, Gives me a pretty adequate living income as far as I'm concerned. I can't really complain. I live within my means. I only have one child. He's grown now. That's all taken care of. Now I'm focusing on me, my future. And his future too. I'm going to set it up to where what I'm building, he's going to be taking care of. Oh, now look at all the moss all the way up to the top. Wow. Nice. But yeah, what I'm building is, I think just about all the park's covered. Wow, that is pretty cool. But yeah, what I'm building for him, it's going to take care of him for the rest of his life. This cycle of just constantly being in debt, bills, utilities, water, electric. Yeah, I'm going to take care of that myself. Take that power away. And bring back bartering. We need to bring back bartering. No taxes on bartering, especially if it's fair trade. There's nothing wrong with that. The fact that you can buy and sell a vehicle 20 times and it's taxed 40 times. Tax for the buyer, tax for the seller. Land that you're supposed to own, you got to pay taxes on. Doesn't seem like ownership to me. Like perpetual, financial servitude. I can't do anything about that. As far as I'm concerned, I'll pay my taxes so I don't have to fight my government, because I know there's going to come a time when I'm going to have to. When it is, the government's going to learn their proper place in this world, just like everybody else. I know right and wrong. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. Well, I'm not a good man. I try to do good deeds from time to time. And we are going to do the Cedars Trail. We'll work on your friendships, relationships. Strengthen, and surround yourself with good quality people. If you got friends and family that lie all the time and want you to lie for them and you lie for them and covering and all that, that's not healthy relationships at all. Cutting bait. So many of man's problems can be just derived from his simple inability to just sit in a room all by himself and do nothing. Idle hands and whatnot. So I get out here and enjoy it. I had the perfect, Carbon River area. Oh, the northwest section of Mount Rainier. That was my favorite spot, man. I could do anything and everything down there. Oh, look, a little mouse. A bird, excuse me, a little birdie. The mouse had transformed into a bird. Love Carbon River area. And then Fairfax Bridge right past Carbonado. Deemed inadequate. Old 100-plus-year-old metal bridge. It sorely needs to be repaired, rusted and everything. But, it's closing definitely, probably permanently. We'll give up hiking and everything just because of that. No, just find some other spots. One door closes, the other door opens. Oh man, it's so beautiful up here. Yeah. You know, but find, you know, whatever music I love, you know, like entertainment, old school movies and TV shows. You know, I don't care about this new Hollywood crap. Nah, you can keep it. I'm pretty much not ever going up to the movies again. Might go with a part of a social event, but you know, with somebody, but I'm never going up there on my own. No, you know, I'm fine with my Roku, I can promise you that. And my Fandango, all my movies and TV shows. Commercial free, I own them for the rest of my life. You know, Fandango's backed by the movie industry and Walmart, so I don't think they're going to be too nice about taking movies off of their platform. Like Apple and Amazon, they just had to bite the bullet. I'd be mad too if I bought stuff, paid for, and then they just take it off there without giving me a refund. You know, they want to make it where you don't own anything, that you have a subscription for everything. You know, start wiping yourself from the internet. I love the fact that you can, I Google myself from time to time, and you don't see anything on me. That's by design. I love that. No pictures floating around on me. You know, old stuff, old address stuff, which is nothing you can do about that as far as those search engines. But, you know, I love that. You know, I'm a nobody. I love being a nobody. It's not what I am. It's not who I am. It's what I am, or specifically what I'm capable of. That's where I take great comfort and solace. I love being a nobody. I don't want to be on anybody's radar. I promise you, put me on your radar, I'll put you in my bullseye. I don't lose. I have very few equals and no superiors. Oh, now look at that. Oh man, these are pretty cool. I love how these are just twisted like that. Pretty cool. Make yourself untouchable. Put buffers around yourself. You know, put a rainy day nest fund. Save off, pay off debt. You know, save up for rainy day emergency funds. You know, you'd be surprised how easy your life is when you don't have any debt. Trust me. I know, I've been there. I believe actions speak louder than words. Live by example. Man, these are some beautiful, magnificent trees. You know, I talk the talk and I walk the walk. I hate hypocrites. I hate corruption. You know, I'm a fan of law enforcement. They have a job to do. But I have zero tolerance for corruption of any kind. I'm going to fly home with a couple $1,000s on me. I'm going to try some civil forfeiture BS up at the airport. Yeah, you're going to hear about it, I promise you. I'm going to put them in their proper place. Yeah, make an example out of them. Nobody steals from me. You expect to get away with it? I don't care. Guns and badges don't protect you from me. God himself can come down here and won't protect you from me. And you best hope I just stop at you and don't go towards your families. So you best factor that in your calculations. And that's not an empty, idle threat either. Like I said, I'm a man of my word. I got no problem threatening people. That's how this world works. You threaten me, I threaten you back. But it's a warning, more than anything. You know, don't mess with me, don't tread on me. Don't FAFO. You know, some of us are just itching. You know what I mean? Just itching for a reason. Don't give us one. But you won't listen. You never do. That's why I've made my arrangements and my plans accordingly. You know, that's why I spend my time out here in nature. Trees make the best neighbors. The less I'm around people, the better. You know, I'm just not fit for what y'all call modern society. I'll be the first to admit that. I had a choice between that and being alone. Oh, I'll gladly be alone. Oh, shoot. I'm happy out here. I'm happy alone. Nobody bothers me. I'm responsible. If anything, happens, I'm at fault. Everything goes great. Guess who's to taste the glory for that? Me. I don't want any help from anyone. That's how everybody should live. All this, it takes a village. A village of incompetent morons. Look at how y'all live now. Disgust and contempt. Weak-willed, weak-minded individuals with no self-accountability, self-reliability, self-responsibility. Always someone else's fault. Got your hands out. Gimme, 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 gimme. Like you owed it or something. Yeah, you alone are responsible for your life. Get over yourselves. Playtime's over. I hold people accountable for their own actions. I suggest you do the same. Well, I hope that wasn't too harsh for y'all. If it was, that's just reality. That's how it is. I'm not going to apologize for it. People need to hear the cold, hard truth. But anyway, I rambled on a little longer there. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the scenery at least. I know I have. I'll enjoy the rest of this. Probably head to Nisqually Estuary Boardwalk next. So that's a little over, I know it's over 4 miles. This was 2.1, so I don't know how much I'll do of it. We'll see. Anyway, I got to enjoy nature, people. Later.